Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let me start with a question that might unsettle you for a moment. What if the reason younger women are drawn to older men isn't what you've been told? And what if it's not about money, status, or power, but something far deeper, something they can't even explain themselves? Before we dive in, make sure you hit subscribe and like this video. It helps me reach more men like you who are ready to understand the truth about attraction, not the lies the internet keeps feeding you. Now listen closely, because this one truth could change how you see women forever. Most men think a younger woman's attraction to an older man is purely transactional, that she wants security, comfort, or material stability. And yes, that might play a part for some. But what really pulls her in isn't his wallet, it's his energy, his presence. The calm, grounded masculinity that younger men often lack. She feels safe around him, not just physically, but emotionally. It's not the gray in his beard that draws her in. It's the silence in his spirit that tells her, I don't need to prove myself anymore. You see, a younger woman who's been through chaos, from relationships with emotionally immature men, starts to crave something real, something still. She begins to associate peace with maturity. When she meets an older man who listens more than he talks, who doesn't rush to impress, she feels an unfamiliar comfort, one that speaks to the part of her that's tired of boys who play games. But here's the twist. She's also conflicted. Society tells her it's wrong. Friends might tease her. People might judge her. Yet, she can't explain why his voice feels like home, why his silence feels safe. She's not chasing age. She's chasing emotional gravity. And you, as an older man, carry that naturally. If you've done your inner work, if you've learned restraint, control, patience, the things that can't be faked with youth or charm. Because deep down, attraction isn't about years, it's about depth. And in a world full of shallow connections, the man who knows who he is becomes irresistible. Let's get real. Younger women don't just notice an older man's age, they feel the weight of his life experience. Every scar, every quiet confidence, every lesson learned the hard way becomes magnetic to her subconscious. She isn't thinking, he's 15 years older, that's hot. No, her mind isn't even fully aware. What she feels is stability in a world that feels unpredictable. She senses that he has been tested by life and survived. And she instinctively knows that survival isn't just about avoiding pain, it's about mastering it. Here's where most men fail to see the hidden dynamic. They assume she wants control, that she's chasing dominance. But the truth is, she's seeking a container, someone who can hold the chaos of her mind and the intensity of her emotions without losing his own center. The younger women you meet who are drawn to older men often haven't realized it themselves. They're pulled by something primal. An older man's ability to provide calm, measured strength in moments when their world feels loud, chaotic, and uncertain. And make no mistake, she is testing him, not with manipulation, though it might feel like that, but with vulnerability. She's giving him glimpses of herself that she rarely shares with anyone. And the older man who truly understands female psychology sees it. He doesn't overreact. He doesn't panic. He absorbs it, responds with measured care. And that's exactly what keeps her coming back. But here's the kicker. This isn't about her needing you to fix her, or save her, or play some role society assigns. She's drawn to your ability to regulate yourself, to carry your own emotional weight with integrity. Every conversation, every touch, every glance, she's scanning for it. She's looking for the signal that you won't crumble under pressure. And when she senses that, she relaxes in a way she never could with men her own age. Understand this clearly. This kind of attraction isn't about vanity or superficial lust. It's psychological chemistry, and it's far more powerful than youth, than looks, than social media validation. She's seeking emotional resonance, and if you can provide that, age becomes irrelevant. Now, here's something almost no one talks about. Younger women are unconsciously drawn to control without manipulation. Think about it. Most men her age are reactive, impulsive, chasing attention, or trying to prove themselves constantly. They live on emotional roller coasters, and she's ridden those enough to last a lifetime. But an older man, he doesn't need to prove anything. He doesn't compete for validation. That calm authority, that quiet decisiveness, it triggers something deep inside her. She senses that with him, she can exist without pretense. She notices the little things, how he handles disappointment without anger, how he speaks without neediness, how he makes decisions with clarity and confidence. These are not just attractive traits, they're stability signals. Her brain registers it on a level that bypasses conscious thought. And here's where most younger women get confused about their own feelings. They can't articulate why they feel drawn to him, why his presence feels like home. But what they're really responding to is mature, masculine energy. Here's the truth. If you want to understand this attraction, you have to look past the surface. It's not about money, not about the luxury, not about a social advantage. Those are distractions. She is attracted to the man who has mastered himself. Every line on his face, every grey hair, every quiet laugh signals a story of survival, resilience, and wisdom. That story, even unspoken, pulls her in magnetically. And don't mistake this for weakness or passivity. She may challenge you, test your patience, or push boundaries, but it's only because she's trying to find your emotional limits. She's scanning for how steady you really are. And the older man who has built self-control, emotional resilience, and inner peace responds not with reaction, but with understanding. He validates without surrendering, engages without overextending, and that is the ultimate form of attraction. Make no mistake, younger women who are drawn to older men are seeking what they cannot create themselves: internal security, emotional gravity, and a presence that commands respect without demanding it. That's the invisible magnet pulling her closer, and it has nothing to do with superficial charm. It's entirely psychological, entirely primal. Here's the part most men don't realize. This attraction also comes with a silent expectation. Younger women aren't just drawn to your maturity, they're drawn to your consistency. They're watching how you show up in small, everyday moments, not just grand gestures. They notice how you handle interruptions, disagreements, frustrations. Can you remain calm under pressure? Or do you explode like the younger men she's used to? Can you offer patience when she tests you emotionally? That's what she's really evaluating. This is why older men are often misunderstood. They aren't always romantic in conventional ways, but they provide reliability and emotional structure. Younger women crave this because it's rare. It's like finding an anchor in a stormy sea. And the truth is, no amount of physical attraction or flirting can replace this gravitational pull. She wants a man who doesn't just say he's stable. She wants one who proves it in action, moment by moment. You might notice too that she sometimes seems distant or even resistant. That's because her mind is wired to question stability. She's been around too many men who promised safety and failed. She's instinctively protective of her emotional world. And when she tests you, subtly, sometimes brutally, it's not cruelty. It's a survival mechanism. She wants to know that you truly are the kind of man who can be counted on. Another truth, she is drawn to your history, not just your present. Older men carry stories, experiences, and lessons learned that younger women haven't yet encountered. These aren't just anecdotes. They're signals of competence, wisdom, and emotional depth. And every time you share a glimpse of your past with honesty and humility, she feels an invisible bond forming. It's magnetic, and it runs deeper than anything youthful energy or looks can achieve. Finally, understand this. Attraction isn't just about what you do. It's about what you embody. Calm confidence, measured presence, resilience, and the ability to handle emotional turbulence without losing yourself. That's the true power that younger women sense, often without realizing why. It's silent, invisible, and utterly compelling. Let me share a secret that almost no one admits. Younger women are drawn to self-mastery. They instinctively recognize a man who has conquered his impulses, who has faced his fears, and who doesn't let emotions dictate his actions. This isn't about perfection, far from it. It's about control over chaos, the ability to navigate life with composure even when the world around him is spinning out of control. That's the invisible currency of attraction that younger women can't resist. She notices how you respond when things don't go your way. Do you lash out? Do you beg for approval? Or do you handle it with quiet strength, clarity, and grace. Every time you demonstrate control without arrogance, every time you offer wisdom without condescension, she feels herself leaning in, unconsciously, almost instinctively. She senses safety, but also respect. That combination is intoxicating. Here's the psychological twist. Younger women are often drawn to men who act as a mirror to their own emotional needs. They may not know it consciously, but she is searching for someone who reflects the stability she wants to cultivate in herself. And when she finds it in you, in the calm of your presence, the consistency of your behavior, the depth of your understanding, her attraction becomes magnetic and unshakable. But don't be fooled into thinking she's naive or inexperienced. She may test boundaries, push limits, even challenge your patience, and she should. She's evaluating your capacity to maintain your center, to protect the emotional space she's daring to open for you. Every challenge, every push is her way of asking, are you truly the man I sense you are, or just a fleeting illusion of maturity? And this is why older men succeed where younger men fail. It isn't about what you say or what you show off. It's about the invisible signals you emit, the quiet power, the emotional discipline, the ability to remain grounded while navigating complexity. That's the unspoken language that younger women are fluent in, whether they realize it or not. When you embody these traits, she is drawn in naturally, deeply, and without resistance. Now, here's the final truth. Younger women are not just attracted to older men for what they have, but for who they are. They are drawn to the stability, wisdom, and emotional mastery that only comes from experience. And the most powerful part? She senses when it's authentic. She can tell the difference between a man pretending to be confident and one who has truly earned it through life. That authenticity is magnetic. She's not looking for perfection. She's looking for emotional gravity, a man who can hold himself steady when life gets messy, when emotions flare, or when uncertainty threatens. This is what she craves deep in her subconscious. Not control, not dominance, but presence. A man who can sit in silence, listen without judgment, and respond with measured clarity. That is the invisible language that binds her attention and creates desire beyond physical attraction. And here's the thing. If you can maintain your inner balance while navigating the complexity of her world, she will instinctively respect and trust you. She'll open up in ways she never has before. She'll challenge you, test you, push boundaries, but it will only deepen her connection to you because she senses that you are unshakable. That unshakable energy is not taught in books, not bought with wealth. It's cultivated through life, through experience, through reflection, through resilience. Finally, understand this. The allure of an older man is not a trick, a ploy, or a fleeting fantasy. It's a psychological truth. Younger women are wired to respond to men who can navigate the emotional currents of life with mastery and grace. And if you embody that consistently, age becomes irrelevant. Your energy, your wisdom, your grounded presence, these are the true magnets of attraction. So, if you want to understand why younger women are drawn to older men, stop focusing on surface-level assumptions. Stop chasing validation. Invest in yourself. Master your emotions. Cultivate calm authority, and your presence alone will draw her in, effortlessly and powerfully. Remember, it's not about chasing her. It's about becoming the kind of man she cannot help but be drawn to.